Hello, my friends, and welcome to episode 157 of the Kiss Army Nation podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Pasquale Veri.
And I am Claudio Spera. Welcome to the show, everyone.
So this episode is going to be lighthearted, easy, and fun. Well, maybe not that easy. As a matter of fact, we would like our listeners to play along in the comment section. So imagine you were hired by Universal to come up with the next 5 Kiss Greatest Hits albums, and the albums could only have 10 songs. So your task is to come up with a Gene Simmons Greatest Hits, a Paul Stanley Greatest Hits, a Kiss Hard Rockers Greatest Hits, a Kiss Obscure Greatest Hits, and finally, and here is the biggest challenge, if you can take 10 unreleased songs and put them on an album, which songs would they be? So Kiss Army, on this episode, you will hear our choices, and we're looking forward to hearing yours.
And of course, we can't begin our discussion without welcoming back to the show Patrick De Montigny and Rolla Brown Hinckley. Welcome, guys. Nice to see you.
Hi. Nice to hear.
Hey, guys, listen. Before we start, I don't want to put you guys on the spot or anything, but what criteria did you guys have in choosing your greatest hits? Claudia?
Good question, actually. When we were doing the homework, that's exactly the first question that came to my mind. So what kind of criteria? And I went, and actually I wanted to do a disclaimer, when we're going to discuss each one of the categories, but I went with my taste, okay, with the songs that I like the most, okay? So it was a bit harder, for the obscure songs and the unreleased and demo songs because there are so many. But with Gene and Paul and the hard rockers, I went with actually the songs that I like the most.
Okay. Patrick, how about you?
In my case, it was a little bit of both. There were songs I was like, especially if you're going to do greatest hits, I'm like, I cannot not put it there. But at the same time, I tried to use my personal taste also, and maybe some songs that I thought were a bit overlooked that you don't. It's amazing sometimes when you put on an album and go, man, they never played this live, and it's interesting to hear. And I think that's what I used pretty much. I tried to balance it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Rella?
Yeah, I went with my personal taste as well. And like Patrick said, I tried not to put songs in there that we hear all the time, but also, some of those songs are songs that everybody loves. So you had to add those. And there some of the categories I wanted to put a certain song in several of the categories, but I tried not to do that. So that was, I think, the hard part.
Okay. Now, before you hear my list, you might say, oh my God, what? You chose that song? What? You don't have this song? Okay. So I gave myself a set of criteria to make my job a little bit more difficult. I took this task really freaking seriously. So first, I wanted no repeat songs on each of the greatest albums. So if I choose one song on one album, they can't repeat on another.
Right.
And second, I wanted each greatest hits album to have basically like a general overview of the Kiss sound. So which means that there might be some great songs that I felt doesn't fit on the record because it sounds too much like this particular song.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess if I'm working for Universal, I want this to be like a 5 CD box set with a general overview of the Kiss sound.
Well, that's a stepping up the game, my friend. So I have to tell you.
There we go, man.
And I get the feeling that by looking at Rolla's background, there's going to be a lot of Aces songs there. Eh? A lot of Ace songs.
That may be surprising. I'm just not quite true, but we'll see.
That's another thing. As I was coming up with the list, it's really difficult not to fall, under the picking songs from your favorite member, because it's part of the DNA, right? It's interesting.
Yeah, and also the thing is, it could have been like an Ace Frehley greatest hit. It could have been
Yeah,
a Peter Criss greatest hit. We would have been here all night, you know?
yeah.
And I'm a big Gene fan too, so that's gonna kind of come out in my list, I think.
There you go.
More so than the Ace. So
All right, so
anyway.
this is going to be fun, guys. Looking forward to it. All right, guys. So Universal is waiting for your greatest hits compilation. First, what did you guys come up with for your Gene Simmons greatest hits? Rala, so appropriately enough, we'll start with you.
Let's see. Let me go rock and roll. Watching You, Domino, Charisma, which is the second Kiss song I ever heard. So that had to be on the list. Unholy, Deuce, War Machine, Love 'Em, Leave 'Em, Parasite, and Rock and Roll Hell.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Nice. Good list.
Okay, Patrick?
Okay, there's gonna be some songs from Rola's list as well.
Yeah.
Deuce, War Machine, Unholy, We Are One,
Oh,
Domino, X-Ray Eyes, Nothing to Lose, World Without Heroes, Ladies Room, and Naked City.
Mhm.
Very cool.
Beauty.
Very cool.
Beauty.
Claudio?
You know, it's interesting when I listen to you guys. That could be my list too. You know, it's so hard. It's so tough. But there's some repeats here with you. So I went in no particular order. I went with Deuce, Watching You, Going Blind. Even though it's not written by Gene, but I had to pick God of Thunder, God Love for Sale, Charisma. I'm with you, Rola, on this one. I love Charisma. And Naked City, like Pat. Only You, and the Journey of a Thousand Years from Psycho Circus.
Very nice. Very nice. Again, I wanted a general overview of the Kiss sound, number one. And number two, I saw this like a vinyl record with a side A and a side B. So I wanted a strong opener for side a strong opener for side B, and a nice closing song for side A, and a nice closer for the entire album. It was tough, man. It took me a long time to do this. All right, so the first song, you have to kick it off with Deuce, man. Classic Gene song. And then I wanted the listeners to get a stronger feel for what a Gene Simmons song could be about, from Carnival of Souls, Childhood's End.
Oh.
Then something from The Unmasked, and On the Eighth Day. And one of my personal favorites, Charisma, of course. And then I want to close side A with Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell from the Hits album. And then side B starts strong again, just like Deuce in side A, and side B, Unholy. And then really keep going strong with Seduction of the Innocent. And that's very similar to Childhood's End, and that's why I put it one in side A, one in side B. Then, of course, War Machine, Domino, and you have to end it with Rock and Roll All Night.
There you go. Interesting. You have, I guess you have a couple of songs from Carnival of Souls, 2 or 3, eh? Almost.
Yeah. And the thing is, when you look at my list in its entirety, all the 5 greatest hits, it's like I want to sell this to the casual fan and give them an idea what the general sound is like, and hopefully then get more into Kiss on a deeper level. So maybe Universal should hire me. Who knows?
There you go. Yeah. Now it's time for Paul. So same thing. You know, what are you going to present Universal for your Paul Stanley Greatest Hits? So you know, with Paul, you know, being the front man and you know, mainly the voice, that it's a recognizable voice for Kiss. This is a tough one. So Pat, let's kick it off with you.
Okay, here's my Paul Stanley Greatest Hits. Strutter, because Strutter is the first song where Gene, not Ace, but Gene, Paul, and Peter jam, where they realized they had to play together. Firehouse, I Was Made for Loving You. That song played heavy is good. Creatures of the Night, Black Diamond, classic. Exciter.
Oh, nice.
Start a new era in Kiss with the, you know, that's the first song I'll Flick It Up. All Hell's Breaking Loose. I always love that track, even though it's more of an Eric's car song. Still, Thrills in the Night, Tears Are Falling, his best song of like between I feel 1984 and 1992. What else? Forever.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's my list.
Nice, nice. Brother.
Let's see. I Want You, Take Me, Come On and Love Me, first Kiss song I ever heard. Tears Are Falling, Heaven's on Fire, All Hell's Breaking Loose, Nowhere to Run, I Still Love You, Who Wants to Be Lonely, and I Was Made for Loving You, with an optional Forever at the
There
end.
you go.
Bonus
Yeah.
track.
Love it. Love it. Pask.
Raul, I loved your selection because the first few songs is basically telling a story.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Okay, so Paul Stanley was a little bit easier for me. He's one of my he's my favorite member. So the opening song on my album, it has to be Detroit Rock City, my all-time favorite song, the first song I've ever heard. And when I started to rediscover Kiss in the 80s, when I got back into them after I checked out, I heard a song, Thrills in the Night. Love that song. Second song on my record. Third song, Strutter, a classic Paul. Love Gun, number 4. And let's end it with a soft touch, side A with Forever. And then start with a nice strong opener on side B with I Stole Your Love. And Paul says it's a classic, so it must be Psycho Circus, number 7. My second favorite Kiss song, Hide Your Heart. And I was struggling with the next one because I wanted something a little bit more upbeat. So I chose Love Her All I Can for my number 9 track. And number 10 ended with a soft song, a classic ballad from the Unmasked era, A Million to One.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so there's some I could say many similarities with you, Pask, on this one. I wanted to when I was thinking of this one, I wanted to project like a Paul Stanley solo album or something like that. So to me, there's no denial that has to be the opener with Detroit Rock City, then Black Diamond. Same 3 and 4 as you, Pask, Strutter and Love Gun, my favorite song ever. Then kicking off with again. Put it up with I Stole Your Love. And then I couldn't help it, but I love 78 his solo album, so I had to go with Tonight You Belong to Me and Take Me Away. And then for the Dynasty era, I had to pick Sure Know Something and Magic Touch, another one of my favorite songs ever. And closing up, a song that it stays really, really close to my heart because that's a song that we used when we got married. It's Forever.
Oh, nice.
Love it. Love it.
Nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've all proven your worth, and Universal is happy with your work so far. So decided to make your task a little bit more difficult. So Universal, guys, wants a multi-platinum record here. So come up with your greatest Kiss hard rockers album. Claudio, start with you.
Wow. So, that was, so here the homework became harder and harder on this one, because hard rocker. So then I was thinking, if it has to be a multi-platinum, does it have to be commercial? Does it have to be something that, people of, no specific age or gender they would love? I don't know. But here on this one, to me, if I need to show someone what Kiss is as a hard rock list of songs, I put 100,000 Years as the first song. Then Creatures of the Night, Shout It Out Loud, Let Me Go Rock and Roll, Detroit Rock City again. I tried not to repeat, but it was impossible not to put Detroit Rock City on this one. Rock and Roll All Night. you're going to be surprised on this one, but you know, it has to be there for me. I Was Made for Loving You. Turn on the Night. I love that song. Then a little bit rocky with you know, Call Gene, and then closing up with Love Gun.
Nice. All right, Patrick, how about you?
I doubt that with my track listing, it's going to go multi-platinum. But since I have to choose something hard rock and heavy, I chose some of the, I'm sure I'm missing out a few, but some of the Kiss heavy stuff. Unholy, of course. War Machine. Now, no, I'm repeating myself, but Master and Slave. I always love that track. Young and Wasted. Gimme More. I've Had Enough. My favorite song off Animalize. Rock Bottom, which is the first Kiss song I ever heard in my life.
Wow.
Yeah. Let me go rock and roll. Rock and Roll Night. You cannot, it's, if we wanted to go platinum, we have to put it on there. And I Just Wanna.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, Rella?
I went a little bit harder, I think. Rain.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
What an
Nice
opener.
start. Nice start.
Hate. Psycho Circus. Thou Shalt Not. Tough Love. Almost Human. Making Love. Take It Off. I Got Love for Sale. And Down on Your Knees.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I loved it.
I think that's a multi-platinum album right there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
I'll
God.
take copies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very cool. I can't top that. This list was getting harder and harder as it was going along because, again, I didn't want to skip. So then I chose a song on another compilation. I thought, no, that fits better as a hard rocker. I took it off. I had to replace it. You know, it took forever.
I did the same thing. I kept switching songs around. I'm like, okay, this needs to go over here, not over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So again, there's a couple of hard rockers that should be here, but it's not because I put it in another compilation. So again, I tried to have an overview with the 5 CDs. So greatest hard rockers. Number 1, start the record off with Parasite. Number 2, Making Love. Number 3, Watching You. And I'm glad I added this somewhere. Number 4, Exciter. This has to be on the box set. Number 5, Let Me Go Rock and Roll. Number 6, God of Thunder. Number 7, Creatures of the Night. Number 8, Who Wants to Be Lonely. Number 9, Heart of Chrome. And number 10, Black Diamond.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
That was good.
It's so tough because as I keep listening to you guys, you know, you said, yeah, he's right. So those are the 10, you know, those are the 10 rollers, you know, Pat, Task. That's amazing. So, and as Pat said, you know, this is becoming harder and harder now. So the fans have been asking for it, and Universal is listening. So fans want more obscure songs. So, you know, we heard it many, many times in the cruise, you know, no matter which event we go to, fans, they want more obscure songs. So what did you choose for the top 10 Kiss obscure songs, Pask? Let's start with you.
Okay. So to start off the record, number 1, Within. Number 2, All for the Glory. Number 3, What Makes the World Go Round. Number 4, Raise Your Glasses. Number 5, I love the song, I'll Fight Hell to Hold You. Number 6, Stand. Number 7, Tomorrow. Number 8, Turn on the Night. And I had to put an Elder in there somewhere. So number 9, Under the Rose.
Okay.
One of my favorites from The Elder. And number 10, perfect ending to this album, Journey of 1,000 Years.
There you go, buddy.
Wow.
I love it. Nice.
Good.
Nice.
And another thing I want to do with these records, I want to try to cover the entire era in each of the records, which again was a heck of a challenge.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah,
50
yeah.
years, you know, in 10 songs. Yeah, that's right. Rolla, what about you?
Let's see. Two Sides of the Coin, Jungle, She, Seduction of the Innocent, Tomorrow and Tonight, Talk to Me, Danger, Naked City, Partners in Crime, and Read My Body.
Oh, Read My Body. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to
Okay.
put that one in there.
Love
That one's
it.
obscure. I mean,
Yeah. Patrick?
Okay, here we go. All the way off Hotter Than Hell. You keep talking louder and louder. That's one of my favorites. Sorry about that. 1,000,000 to 1. And on the 8th day. That's just awesome. Let Me Know. Rocket Ride by Ace.
Oh, nice.
that's good.
Lightning Youth. Magic Touch. Baby Driver.
Mm.
Song, Saint and Sinner, and Danger.
Oh, you're closing with Danger. Okay, nice. I see a lot of it's interesting because if we consolidate all of your answers, you can tell that Lick It Up and Creatures, they stand really, really close to your heart. So those two albums, man, you love that.
The same thing. Yeah.
So I'll go with my 10 for the obscure songs. I don't know if some of them could be deemed as obscure, but to me they are. So number 1, All the Way from Hotter Than Hell. Getaway, Strange Ways. I was in that era that I couldn't escape. The first 3 albums there. Nothing to Lose. Then I jumped all the way to Creatures with Keep Me Coming. Unholy, of course. Take It Off. Easy As It Seems. I go back in time, to Unmasked. So Easy As It Seems, I love it. Moving Forward to Monster, Long Way Down. I love that song. And then Parasite. And I know it's 10 already, but it's either Parasite or Nowhere to Run.
So now Universal wants to try something different. Universal wants to release an album of unreleased songs and demos. What should be on that album? And guys, do not disappoint Universal. Patrick, the pressure's on you.
Oh my God.
I don't feel any pressure at all. I cheated a little bit for that one, I have to be honest, since I have so much pressure from Universal. When the Bell Rings from the Wicked Lester, because since they included some Wicked Lester on the box set, I felt I could cheat a little bit and include that as well. Mad Dog.
Nice.
I like that. God of Thunder, the version by Paul, which is not that bad. There's a Don't You Hesitate. The demo of You're All That I Want. Ain't That Peculiar, which is the original version of Little Caesar. We also have Not for the Innocent, sung by Paul, which I think was pretty good. You have Don't Run, which is the original version of Dark Light. There is also Ain't None of Your Business, the Peter,
from Peter,
cover. There's also one from Peter as well for Dynasty that he did called Rumble.
Yeah.
Kind of repetitive, but if that song would have been worked on, I think it could have been something interesting. Yeah.
Nice. Hey guys, I was just thinking, send me the list of your unreleased demos.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, and we're going to post it in the comment section so people could take a look at it on YouTube or whatever, because some people may never have heard these songs.
Yeah.
Okay, Raula, what'd you come up with?
This was hard.
Yeah.
This was really hard. I'm like Patrick. I'm like, okay, maybe some of these were released, maybe. Time Traveler.
Yeah.
Rain Keeps Falling. Baby It's You. Don't Let Go. When Two Hearts Collide. Sword and Stone, Wired Up, Suspicious, Street Legal, Heavy Rain.
Okay.
Wow.
Rella, can you go through those songs again and where are they from? Because I don't even recognize some of those songs.
Well, I found them all on YouTube.
Okay.
Baby It's You is an A song.
Okay.
I don't think that's been released. Time Traveler,
Yeah.
I think it was on the Kiss box set.
Yeah.
Rain Keeps Falling, that's a Gene song.
Yeah.
It's nice. Don't Let Go, that's a Paul song.
Yeah, 87.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Two Hearts Collide, that's another kind of love ballad song by Paul. Sword and Stone, of course, we know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Wired Up is another Ace song.
Okay. It's the 8 songs I don't know.
Yeah. Suspicious is Gene, and that was on the vault.
Okay. I didn't remember that one.
Street Legal, I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly, but I know it had a good sound to it. And Heavy Rain did as well.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Very cool.
yeah.
All right, Claudio, what did you come up with?
So I came up with, I went really back in time, when the four Fabs, they went to record their first demo with Eddie Kramer. So I had to pick Strutter, that version. It's unbelievable, longer with a nice solo, a couple of rounds extra, fantastic. Then Life in the Woods, the live stuff that they were playing, I loved it. Drive Me Wild from Gene. Rock and Rolls Royce, around that area. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was released on the Love Gun. I don't remember if it was on the. Remember that? No, okay. So then, So Many Girls, So Little Time from Gene. There's a beautiful version of Naked City with Gene, Paul, Pepe Castro, Bob Kulick. It's really worth listening to. It's My Life from Gene. Sword and Stone from Paul, 87. Too Much Too Soon, also from Paul, 76, around the Destroyer era. And then I was hesitating between the two, and I'm with Roll on this one. I had a hard time picking between Don't Let Go and Time Traveler.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. I was going through some of the vault songs again before doing this assignment, and I remember when I got the vault, I listened to it a couple of times, and Gene has some amazing songs on that vault. And when I saw him in Toronto, he was talking about how he Frankensteins all of his songs, and listening to some of these demos, you could hear a little bit of this song here, a little bit of that song there, the vault really made me appreciate Gene's songwriting. And again, doing this assignment, when you listen to demos from other members, you hear a different style that isn't Kiss, and I wish they'd put them on the albums to be a little bit more versatile. As if they're not versatile enough with all the albums they came up with. But there was some incredible music that these guys never released. And it's interesting that we do an episode like this, because in a sense, it's a wish list, right? And, my wish, and I'm sure most fans' wish, would be that the band release this stuff officially in some capacity. We'd lose our minds.
Yeah.
So, my list. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
No, that's the first song. Are you ready? Gene Simmons from the Vault. He actually played that live, part of his solo band. That song sounds incredible live.
I love that song.
My second favorite Kiss song is a song that was never actually released, but released by so many other musicians. Sword and Stone. What an incredible song! What an incredible song. The demo of It's My Life. Time Traveler, fantastic. Don't Let Go from 1987. Have you guys heard Body and Soul by Paul Stanley? It's the Psycho Circus demo.
Not me.
Great song.
It's a great song. It's a great tune.
Yeah. Legends Never Die off the
yeah.
Gene Simmons Vault. Fantastic. And I don't know if a lot of people heard this one. Again, from the Vault. Everybody knows. He has like 3 or 4 different versions of the song on the Vault, and every one of them is amazing. That would have been an incredible Kiss release, I think. And I realized that throughout all my compilations, there's not one Eric Carr song. It needs to be on this list. One of my favorites from Rockology, Tierra. And Claudio, it was funny. You had Life in the Woods. So did I, but I wanted to end it that way.
Okay.
You know, end it with the beginning. And that was from Live at the Daisy, June 16th, 1973.
Look at that.
That was the song where Kiss tried, you know, rock and roll all night. And, you know, in 1973, they wanted it to be their anthem, you know.
Exactly.
And then, you know, everybody participate song.
Yeah. It's a jamming thing, you know. It's beautiful. I love that idea. So that just to wrap up, you know, that album, you know, with the beginning, actually, you know, this is great. This is great. This is great. I love it.
So, guys, I don't want to put you guys on the spot because we finished our list already. But I do want to include a little bit of Peter Criss and Ace Frehley. So if you would give it doesn't have to be a top 10, but some of your favorite songs that you think best represent these members, that you think maybe the casual fan was like, oh, this is interesting, I want to hear more. What would they be? Claudio, put you on the spot first. What do you think?
Well, you know, if we only consider, you know, the songs, let's say from Peter, while he was in Kiss, he doesn't have too many, right? Unfortunately, but you know, to me, the songs that represent him the most, it's Hooligan. That's definitely has to be there. Baby Driver 2. Then from his solo album in '78, I love some of the ballads. You know, Don't You Let Down and Easy Thing. I love those 2 songs. Then I to be honest with you, I was never really captured by what he did solo after he left Kiss. You know, maybe Blue Moon Over Brooklyn because of the context, you know, and you know, singing to his mom and stuff. That's and by the way, I know it's a Paul song, but the way he sings, you know, Black Diamond or Part of Nothing to Lose, that's so signature Peter, you know. That's impossible, you know. It's the minute you listen to that guy's voice, it's unbelievable. And Beth, of course, you know, Beth, you know, many would say that's one of the songs that saved Kiss, you know, in '76, you know, with Destroyer. Definitely has to be there. So well, I'm gonna go with the rest of the team here. So that's my take on Peter. Then maybe we can come back to me on Ace.
Okay. Patrick, Peter.
My all-time favorite Peter song while he was in Kiss is Baby Driver. It's just amazing. And I also love Dirty Living. Now, Beth, we've heard so many times. So, it's a signature song. And of course, we cannot ignore that. Also, Black Diamond, although he did not write it, of course, he's sort of like, I love the way Eric Singer sings it. Eric Carr less, but Eric Singer sings it well. I really like his take on that. But having said that, no one sings it like Peter. Even Paul, I think he did it one show for some reason. I think it's the show where Peter missed during the reunion tour. He sang it. It's a song, but I missed Peter's voice. So that's his signature. Now, as far as his solo album, I really love this song, I'm Gonna Love You. I'm gonna love you. That's I really like that. And Easy Thing, I think that's his best ballad.
Yeah.
So to me, I mean, it's hard to make a top 10, but those are the standout tracks.
All right, Rollo, how about you?
I knew you were going to throw some trick questions in here.
Rollo, you're on the show. We have no choice.
Dirty Living, I think. I agree with Patrick on that. Hooligan, You Matter to Me. Nobody's mentioned that one. Black Diamond, of course. And that's really about it for me, I think.
Okay. I love I Can't Stop the Rain from his solo.
Oh yeah, I missed that. Oh my God, yeah, what a song! Yeah,
Fantastic song. And I remember for our Montreal Kiss tribute band, there was a Peter Criss there that always played I Can't Stop the Rain and then went into Beth.
Nice.
And that song is so great live. It was, for me, that song on that set list was the highlight of that tribute band. Just an amazing song. Of course, I like Beth, but I hope Peter would have done more songs like Hooligan and Baby Driver. Those I love his raspy voice.
Yeah.
And going through the obscure songs assignment, I heard a lot of Peter Criss demos, and it's like I have to agree, a lot of them would not fit on a Kiss album. And some of those songs went into his solo albums. It's like it didn't really fit there either.
Yeah.
I do have his solo albums. Some songs are amazing, but it's not one of those things where I could play the record from beginning to end like I do most Kiss records. There's like some gems. It's like I could play them over and over again. And some songs, I've heard it once, and that's it. But Peter's legacy in the band, for me, obviously, was his drumming, and that raspy voice. I miss it. I love his voice.
Well, actually, another signature that it's written by Paul, but I cannot think of anybody else than Peter singing Harluguman, right? So that's incredible, So
that's a good song. So the obvious next question: how about Ace? What songs would you choose from Ace? Claudio, Ace. With you again.
Yeah. So look, Shock Me has to be there, no doubt. Then, of course, he stepped up, to the game with his solo record in '78. They have, there's so many great songs there. Like you have Rip It Out, you have Fracture Mirror, you have Ozone, Wiped Out. Then, of course, Hard Times. That's such a great song, Hard Times from Dynasty. And then, of course, during the Unmasked album, Torpedo Girl, I love the vibe of Ace. And then, you're gonna be surprised, but from the Rock Soldiers era there, from when he was playing solo, Rock Soldiers, it's a must. And then I love the stuff that he came up with in the last in 10,000 Volts. So to me, Fighting for Life, it's a great tune, and I love Back Into My Arms Again that he wrote back in the 80s. So yeah, there's so much good stuff that comes from Ace. He's such a prolific guy. When he's serious about it, he writes really good tunes.
Yeah. Patrick, I know he's your favorite.
I wonder how you found that out. Of course, Shock Me, that's his signature song. And I think, like Claudio rather said, Rock Soldiers is his signature song solo.
Yeah.
But between that, you've got, like from Dynasty, you got even 2000 Men. It's a cover of the Stones, but he made it pretty much his own. Rocket Ride, you've got
Rocket Ride, yeah.
Girl, like you mentioned, wow, that's awesome. And even Into the Void, I kind of like. And what else from a soul album? I love Ozone, Wiped Out, I'm in Need of Love, Fractured Mirror. So it's just
Speeding Back to My Baby. Now I remember. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Rip It Out, of course.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. Classic Ace.
Very cool. Okay, Aurella, this is not difficult now, right? It's Ace Frehley.
There you go. We have 20, 30, 40 songs now.
It's still it's hard because Ace is Ace and we love him. Rocket Ride, of course, and Rip It Out. I actually like to hear him play Parasite and Rock and Roll Hell. That he does those amazingly well. Cherry Medicine's good, and like you said, back in Your Arms Again. I really love that song. I think that was next to Cherry Medicine, that may actually be my most favorite song on that album.
There you go.
Um,
Do you like what he did with the Unmasked album?
2000 Man, yes.
Okay.
I know that's not either one of those, but they just flipped into my mind. That's one of my favorite ones too.
Cool. What about you, Pasc?
This could be a topic on its own. Thinking back, I'm wondering, was Ace intimidating to Paul and Gene because of what he can do, not only with his guitar, but with his songwriting? Because if we were to take his greatest hits from the Kiss era, they chose some really cool Ace songs. And I think we couldn't exclude any of those songs. They're all freaking classics.
Yeah.
You know, you can't say the same for his solo stuff, but a lot of his solo stuff could have easily gone into a Kiss record.
Oh yeah.
You know, and just like Eric Carr, I think if Ace Frehley was given the opportunity to shine more and actually be an equal in the band, oh my God, it would have been just incredible. And I could see why Ace was so frustrated with the band and what he was doing in the band, because he didn't have an opportunity to shine. Imagine Ace having to do an album like The Elders. Like, this is not a rock and roll album. Why am I doing this?
Right.
He doesn't believe in it. He does what he believes in. And Claudio, after we saw him in Vermont, it's like when Ace said, "Who cares if we make mistakes? We're here to play. This is real rock and roll." That's basically a description of what who Ace really is all about. And when we talk about choosing songs to get the masses interested, the casual fan interested, I would never have chosen an Ace song because past tense, I didn't like his voice. And I thought, casual fans won't like this. But after listening to 10,000 Volts, I am so proud of what Ace did with that album that I would have anybody listen to it and defy them not to enjoy some of those songs. Come on, Cherry Medicine, Constantly Cute. Just it gets into your head. You can't help but sing along.
Even the single, 10,000 Volts, it stays there with you, man. So
and Rella mentioned 2000 Man. Ace has an amazing way of choosing these cover songs that we never heard of and really making it his own. And he did that with 2000 Man, and he did that on the latest album, Life of a Stranger, which is my all-time favorite Ace song. And I know it's it's a cover, but what a song! And he did such a great job on that.
If we go to the classic, man, see what happened with the New York Groove.
Yeah.
So New York Groove, to me, it's an Ace song. I don't care what happened before that. That's Ace. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's interesting. It's interesting, guys, because if you would have asked me, do you want to do an episode like this maybe a year or two ago, I would have said, nah, everybody does this. Let's do something else. Let's be a little bit deeper, But I think doing an episode like this is important now after Kiss has reached the end of the road. Because in a sense, what we're doing right now is looking at our wish list of things that could have been, and in a sense, could still be.
Yeah.
Because this stuff could actually happen. Exactly. And I don't want to end this episode without mentioning and congratulating Xander on his 100th episode of Kiss Army Things. And he did an incredible episode where he basically created the next Kiss album. And I think he chose 10 to 12 songs, and he went through, him and Daphne, every single song in detail, and he had a lot of tidbits and information on each of these songs, and he even created the artwork for the album. And
that's a good idea.
It was fantastic, and it's all part of what Kiss fans are doing right now and reminiscing again of what could have been and what hopefully will be. So I want to end this episode, Raul. I'm sorry, putting you guys on the spot just one more time. What would be your wish list of, some kind of musical release. I know we talked about this before, but in light of what we talked about today with our greatest hits, what would you guys like to see? Patrick, we'll start with you.
In my case, I think I'd be happy with more new off the soundboard releases.
Okay.
Although I would agree maybe with different covers to make it more interesting. Demos, they would have to be cleaned up and everything, but I think they're gonna save those for box sets and that kind of thing.
I hope so.
So yeah, so if they keep releasing off the soundboards or something similar, I'm gonna be very happy because strangely enough, I was very happy with the latest one, the Mark St. John show, because it was something, the off the soundboards is not for the general public, it's for people like us. So I was very, very happy with that, oddly enough. Okay. So I want more of that stuff.
All right. Raul, how about you?
Well, I think we talked about this before. I would like to see a lot of the old videos from the very beginning. Even black and white. To me, that would be, it's kind of like a time capsule going back, because I didn't get to see a lot of that stuff. So I would love to see that.
Okay, Claudia?
Well, I'm with Roll on this one. To me, if you were to ask me, my dream would be to have a full package of video and audio of the first, let's say, the first 3 years. Okay, from the first 3 albums. Kiss, Harder Than Hell. Well, up until Alive. Okay, I would love to have something that actually shows the demos and some videos. There are some rare footage from those first 3-4 years, I have to say. To me, okay, you're asking me, well, what's my dream? Well, that would be my dream. I would love to have a box set of audio and video of the first 3-4 years of the band.
Yeah, and again, we did talk about this in a previous episode, but again, what tonight's episode made me think about is the following. I don't understand how all of these amazing bootleg records are coming out. And they're going between $80, $90 to $300, $400 US. And people are eating it up. And and they become rare and then even more expensive. And I don't know why Kiss didn't grab onto that. Now with the Pop House acquisition, I hope they see that there is a market to this. And, this is an opportunity to release demos, off the soundboard type things. I want to see more off the soundboard, but these concert bootlegs, everything with amazing artwork, with posters and stickers.
That's right.
Go back to the 70s. We don't want just the record. And by the way, the record has to be in color or splatter. It has to be different. But we want to see little prizes, little gifts in those records like we did in the 70s as a kid. Right. And I think that this is a market that I think Pop House needs to capitalize on and stop the bootleggers from making all that money. And maybe if you mass produce this stuff, it will become a little bit cheaper for the average Kiss fan. Because I'm not an average Kiss fan, and I can't afford half this stuff that's coming out, and it's killing me because I want it. It's like, and every single month there's tons of new stuff coming out. And it just looks incredible. And you know what else? I don't even care what it sounds like sometimes. It's just to have the packaging, because the packaging itself is so amazing.
Yeah, there's beautiful stuff coming out.
And the record spinner, that SOB, kills me because he does the unboxings on a show, and it's like, this stuff is incredible and looks beautiful. So Pop House, if you're listening, capitalize on that, because I think, and I speak for most fans, and I believe most fans agree, we would love that kind of stuff.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. So Kiss Army, do you agree? Put this in the comment section. What do you think? Is this what you want as well?
There you go. So this is actually, when we came up with the idea of doing, the greatest hits and the way we're wrapping up the episode, this is actually one of the episodes where we really, really, really want to hear from our listeners, and so in the comment section, we have, all kinds of things that we discussed, greatest hits from Gene, Paul, Ace, Peter, obscure songs, hard rockers, But now, the way we're ending up now. So what would you like to see coming out, as your dream or your fantasy from the band? So once again, I just wanted to thank Rolla. It's always nice to see you. I'm happy that you're here with us, and Pat, always a pleasure. So it's been a great episode. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, always so much fun doing these discussion panels. And I love having the rotation of people on the show, having different points of view. Raula, always a pleasure to have you on. And love your background, by the way. If people are listening, check it out. The Ace Frehley background. And you have an Ace Frehley, you mentioned off air, that is your particular artwork, that you did that.
Yes, this one.
Yeah, and Ace signed it as well.
Yes, he did.
Did he say anything about it?
He really didn't, which kind of shocked me, but I think he was he's sometimes after a show, he's a little tired, and that's when he did sign that, was after the show. So I'm like, okay, it was fine. Okay. But yeah.
It's lovely. I love it.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
So great.
And Patrick, almost every episode you're on, you have something different in the background. And I think you're teasing us with your Kiss room, because I know you're still working. There you go. We're looking forward to an invitation, my friend. We got to check this place out.
It will happen.
No pressure. No pressure.
No pressure at all. So, guys, once again, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
To the Kiss Army, we hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas, please send them to talktome@kissarmynationpodcast.com. Until the next time, remember, never stop rocking. Take care, everyone. If you enjoyed this episode, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and X. You can watch us on YouTube or listen to us on Podomatic, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. This is about you, so please like and subscribe to support the amazing guests we have on the show. See you soon, Kiss Army.